Tutorial Tuesday. My name is Melanie, founder of Christian Craft Paper, and today is an exciting day because it is a brand new month, and a brand new month means that we have new designs, we have new projects, and we're going to be doing another fun one today. I'm just grabbing my glue. I didn't quite get all of my supplies out yet this morning, but we carry on. Had a few technical difficulties again today, but I think we sorted them out and we're live. I just want to make sure I'm over here on the page and we'll get crack-a-lackin'. Sometimes I can't see the comments on here, so I just want to make sure. Okay, yes, we are good there. And I'm gonna close that, and I'm going to pop the chat open. Okay, I should be able to see it now. All right. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so this month's theme, we did, I need to show you last month's, what everyone worked on. Hold on, let me switch these views. Actually, I'll better leave it. I don't want to jack anything up. I want to show you a few. We've had a bunch of the members have been posting their projects over the last few days, and I just remembered I wanted to show you. So I'm going to go through a few of those so you can see what they did last week or last month. We still have them finishing them as of last week. So this is Carrie's. Now, last month's theme was at the cross. And so this is Miss Carrie's. It might be easier for me to show you. I know it looks a little weird, but let me figure out where I need to be here. Right there. Okay, so that's Miss Carrie's. Then here we have Miss Carla's. So this was the 3-cross freestanding sign. It had the 3 crosses. The smallest cross had a layer on it. Then we had the base and as well as the floral. Well, hey, ladies, I see you tuning in. Lisa, Sue, Rashonda, Miss Terry, Miss Sandy. We were just showing a little bit of what y'all worked on. Now, this is Miss Anya. She added some lilies and some twinkle lights. We always love the twinkle lights. I actually thought about adding the twinkle lights to the kit, and then we couldn't get enough in time, and so we weren't able to do it. Here is Miss Barbara's. Hers is this brilliant purple. Absolutely love it. Let me go through here. Miss Bridget, she had another one that did the teal, and look at the pop of that yellow. Absolutely love it. So pretty. There's so many different ones. I just love all of them. This one from Miss Lisa, these ones that were super springy, this is so pretty. And I love the distressed on the back. She's got just like multiple colors of distressed paint back there. It's so pretty. Hey, Miss Sarah. Let's see. Oh, Monica also shared a little picture of her ministry get together. I don't know if we're supposed to share that outside the group, but love it. Here's Miss Susan. She put hers to music. I don't know if you can hear it. So pretty. She was another that did I think that's sage that she used on it. Here's Miss Brenda. She's got some peaches in there, like a peach color. And let me see, there's a few others in here I just want to share. We had so many. Oh, no, maybe. Okay, now we're into the month before. Okay, we're good. So that gives you just a few ideas. So that was last month's kit that we did in the Crafting in Christ Club. The designs that we used last month are available to everybody. There was an email that went out, I think, on Sunday. And so you can grab those napkins, whatever we have left. You can grab the few transfers that we have left. We are on a low count of those ones. They are Easter. And then this month, so last month we were at the cross. This month, He is Risen is going to be the theme. So this is the project that we will be working on together. It does come with the keychain holder, the pieces for the keychain holder, and it also comes with the little keychain. I used the scripture scraps on this one. So it has multiple layers in here. So you've got the base layer, the topper, the additional small cross. This is another layer. It comes with all your hardware that you need for the hooks, as well as to hang it. Everything's in there. I'll quickly unbox it now, but I know that you're here for the designs. So I want to show you that as well. So in the club, hey, Miss Tara, Miss Karen, Miss Cindy. So in the club, you're obviously going to have your 10 decoupage napkins. So you get 10 napkins and you get this set of transfers. These are new bags, and I don't know if I'm a fan, but they're the ones we have now. So let's go through the napkins. So you get the, he is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come see the place where the Lord lay. If you like purple, purples and yellows, this is your month. So you'll get 2 of that one, and then it has risen there behind it. Then you get 2 of Revelations 1:18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and death. So you'll see we have a bunch of keys and florals in this one. The hymn for this month is He is risen, Christ Jesus the Lord. And that has the florals behind it. So again, we're moving into having more florals and patterns worked into the hymnals instead of, we did just the vintage background for the hymnals for a while. We've kind of moved into these, and you all are loving them. Then we have John 11:25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And again, we've got the purples and the pinks florals in there. And then the last one is King of Kings here. For he is the Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and they that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful. And that's from Revelations 17:1. And that verse just repeats around the outside there with the thorns, the thorn border there. Hey, Miss Deb. Hey, Pam. Hey, Monica. Oh, shoot. I know. I can even tell from, I don't know what it looks like on the Facebook page, but the video of me is looking a little blurry. So I think it is being a little wonky for us. So that is the napkins that come with your kit. Then you also have the transfers that come with the kit. And one of the questions that I get is, especially for new people, is like, why do I have so many things? And we give you so many things so that you have a bunch of different options to create your project, so that not everyone's project looks exactly the same. We want you to pick the medium that you like to work with, layer the things, and then have different designs to choose from when you make yours. So as you can see, the ones that I just showed at the beginning, everybody had a little bit of different take on it, and that's what we want. We want you to be able to be creative. Okay, this month's club, the designs are A4, so you're going to get 2 sheets of A4. So again, we've got the 2 verses that are on the napkin in, obviously it's a little bit different. We don't have the background on this one. So you have the he is not here, for he is risen. And then you also have the John 11:25, different sizes in there. We've got some banners in here. We do have Jesus on here. He does fit on the cross. You'd lose a little bit of your shoulders, but there's a bunch of different ways, again, to do that. I know you guys are going to come up with all different amazing ones, but we've got some gold leafing in here. We've got a couple banners, death defeated, hope is alive. We've got the key over here with some flowers on it. We've got just the cross down here, heart border with some more flowers, and then the King of Kings graphics here. Again, a bunch of these would be great for cards, for the card makers. And then on the second sheet, we have a larger he is risen. We have another key, some more florals that you can add in there, and gold elements here. We have a larger cross here. It does not fit on the, it does a little bit. You could kind of make it work, but it's not exactly sized for that. We just wanted to offer a bigger cross graphic for those of you that are making signs and larger projects. Then we have the crown here. We also have Revelations 1:18 here in the smaller graphic, and then another one, blessed be God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto lively hope by the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. And that's from 1 Peter. And so those are the transfers in this month's kit. Now I wanted to show you also, we do 2 projects in the memberships. We do the kit club, and then we do offer an additional, if you want to do the bonus craft night, we have a bonus craft night kit, and we're going to be doing this tile here. So it's a tile that goes in the pop and swap frame, and I used that transfer right here for this one. Now I didn't use the key. I'll show you when we do the live how I cut that out of there. But then the kit comes with the tile, the keys, the smaller cross, and as well as the cloth sash. and that fits right in your pop and swap frame. So that's what the members are doing as the bonus craft night this month. So that is the other project that they have. But I just wanted to give you an example of what to do with it. And then your project will come in here. You got your 2 sheets of junk journal paper in the bottom there. Your project comes all shrink like this so nothing gets damaged. And then your hardware and your keychain and all of that stuff is in here. So when you get it, there is a QR code that you write when you open it. This one I grabbed did not have a card in it. So we need to go check and make sure they put the cards in all of them. But you scan that, it'll take you right to the tutorial if you want to start right away. Or we are crafting them together the fourth Saturday. I remember bonus craft night's the third Thursday, and our craft night is the fourth Saturday of the month at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the group. Now the other thing that members get is the printables, and so I'm going to go through those real quickly, and then this is what we're going to be crafting with today. I'm going to be using these printables with my riser block supplies here. So let me move to this one. Sure, that works. I'm just playing with the different views. Hey, Deborah, Christine, Miss Gail. Oh, Gail, girl, you're good. The members already got a sneak peek of these, so you're okay. All right, so with the Printables Club, you get 5 sheets and 2 bonus sheets, and they will have, the first 2 sheets will have your pop and swap tiles signs on them. So that that frame that I did here, these are, ooh, hold on, I hit something. I hit that I wanted to upload a video, and I do not want to upload a video in the middle of this live. Hey, Elaine. But we have, these 2 will be your pop and swap tile sign sizes. So if you have the pop and swap frames and we sell the replacement tiles for them, you can just switch them out each month. So this one, usually if you keep them flat, you can do the front and the back and just flip it back and forth. Because this one has the, like, we put stuff on top of it, it's not going to sit in the frame backwards. So this one you can only use once, but if you keep the design flat, you can use both sides. So they have the John 11:25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. So we've got that one. And then we have the matching coaster. And these are sized for your 4-inch round coaster. So this one is a round coaster, and this one is sized for your 4-inch square coaster. And then it has your borders on here. So you can use these borders for, for blanks, cards. We used them for scrap cards last month. They're clear over there. I'm going to be using them today. I haven't decided. I think I'm going to be using them on the edge. We're going to see. I might use a combination of both, but I'm probably going to be using these borders. So I want to show you how to use those. So that's sheet 1 and sheet 2. So you'll always get 2 of those. Always have 2 pop and swaps and 2 coasters. Then we have a sheet of the bookmarks. So these fit our, 2x6 bookmarks. So you can go through here and they're sized for the bookmarks. You can also print them out and you can laminate them. I've seen people print them out on cardstock and just put ribbon through them. So a bunch of different options for the bookmarks. But you've got 6 of them here. These are a little bit skinnier. They do not fit these blanks as well. And again, this one will fit, but it'll be extra on the edge. So again, you have some options there. Then your next sheet is going to be your jar labels, or people use them for cards. We've done cards and put overlays them for mixed media. You can use these as the base, put rub-on transfers over them, or write on them, or stamp on them. But you've got the 2 different sizes. This is for larger jars or cards, and this is for smaller jars or cards. So you've got 6, 8 there, 7. I can't count. Then you have got your gift tags. Now we talked about this with the members last month about removing the holes from the gift tags. And so we have done that. We've removed the holes from the gift tags. So if you want to put a hole in them, you can punch them. But as far as them having the hole there, we took them off so that you had the ability to use these any way that you wanted, because there were some that I wanted to use overlaying on other projects. And because they had the holes, I had to cover up the holes. So we did remove the holes going forward on those. And then this sheet here is kind of like your fussy cuts. These work great if you print them out on, I've used them on vinyl sticker paper. You can print them out on tissue paper. You can print them out just like this and cut them around, but these are all just some extra graphics, your crosses and a couple of square ones. Again, these would be great for cards. And you've got some banners on there. And then we always do one full design sheet. And this one has actual scripture in it. So this is from the original, like, what is it? 1611 King James Bible. And so we're going to be using this one today. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decide I'm going to use, I think I'm going to put this on the top, and I'm going to use these gold border pieces. So I'll probably need all of these to have enough. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have here. I'm going to turn my iron on. It's probably going to turn itself off. It'll be okay. But I have my two printables. We are going to need to base coat this because I just printed this on regular printer paper. I didn't even print this on 32-pound bright white today. It's just regular printer paper. Usually I do use the 32-pound bright white, but I forgot. I forgot to print it again. So it's all good. We're going to make it work. So we'll prep it first because it's a little bit thinner. And then I just have 4 of these. I don't even know what they're called, like little half circle rounds for the little feet. So we're going to need 4 of these. I don't think I'm going to paint those because that's going to stress me out today and I'm not feeling it. Then I've got my plaster. I got water and paint. I probably will need my antique wax. And yeah, okay, I think we're just going to get ready. Okay, get ready with that. I've got glue gun. Oh, I'll need Mod Podge, obviously. Obviously, and my E6000 for when we put the feet on. So I was looking at these blocks. We've done a bunch of signs with these blocks. Like I have this one that we did with the little, what do you call that? The little wooden spool on here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll let you look at that one. And then we did another one. This was a bonus craft night as well, a project too as well. We did, this just has the bow on top, but these are the same bricks that I'm using, little wood. I don't even know if they're bricks. What are they? Like 2x4s, 2x4s? Yeah. 1x4, 1x4, not 2x4. So we're just going to give it a whole, you're taking off? Oh.
Those are 2x4.
Oh, 2. He's giving me the number 2 that they're 2x4s. Y'all, I don't buy the wood. I just work here. Speaking of the cross ones that I showed you, we still have members snagging those extra kits. So my husband is going, he either went or he is going to get more wood to make a few more of the bases because we ran out of the bases. That was such a popular kit. Y'all loved it. So I am so happy about that. That is the goal. So we're just going to do a light coat of the white, and I'm not even going to do the bottom. I will take it a little bit around, but I'm not going to cover the whole bottom just so we can get it. I'm almost thinking too, I'm thinking out loud because as I'm painting this, I realized there was a different technique I wanted to show you, but that's okay. We can do that another time. I saw an antiquing technique with Vaseline and I was like, yes. If you've seen us do the crayon one, I'm going to hit this with the heat gun. If you've seen me do the crayon or the wax, it was like that, but but they used Vaseline in a scraper. So I'm going to try it, but I forgot I was going to try it today. So part of what I'm trying to decide is, because I am going to use this as a riser, is if I want the verse to cover the top and then the gold around the side, or if I want to just antique the top and put the verse around the side. That's why I was like, ooh, I forgot what I was going to do. Because, oh, geez, I have one more side I need to do too. I think that's part of the challenge with the crafting, is narrowing down all your ideas into where you're going to end up. I don't know. Part of me thinks just the whole thing in the paper would be pretty and not do the gold edges. So maybe we do that. Now we don't have to get this perfectly covered. I'm going to come a little bit in on the edges down here. Just kind of getting the last that's on my paintbrush in here. But I'm going to glue the feet onto the bottom here, so I want it to have like a nice stick. Okay, I think we're good there. Elaine says she's done that method with the Vaseline. Elaine, did you like it? Or how did you like it compared to using like a wax candle? Like on this one, we actually used the wax on this one. So if you can see the antiquing on these ones here, how it's like chunky, we used the wax on that and then we like scraped it off. So this is a good example of using the wax. The way that, oh, of course I just touched that and it's wet. The way that I saw her do it with the Vaseline, it gave a nice little kind of scrapey look across the top, and I liked that. But since I'm covering it with the scripture, that might not work. All right, I think we're just going to do this a section at a time. Mainly because I'm still making up my mind. Okay, so we're going to figure out what we want the top to be. And I like how this has the a section of where it starts to have the pretty letters and stuff. So I want to catch some of that, but I don't want to catch this border down here. So I'm just going to take my pencil because it's handy, and I'm just going to draw the outside here. We are going to need our sanding block too, because that's how we're going to kind of age this. So we're just going to rough cut out. And again, I might do this gold on the edging. I actually have gold paint I could do too, but it gets a little messy and stinky, so I might not use that. All right, I'm going to cut this. Then I'm going to do some Mod Podge so I can get that drying. All right, so we've got our top. So this is kind of what our top's going to look like. Now it's too big now, and that's fine. We're going to sand it down a little bit. And then I was kind of thinking like this could be an option. I'm going to have to think on that. All right, let's put some Mod Podge on there. While I'm still figuring it out. Oh, Elaine says she did like using the Vaseline method. Yeah, my Vaseline is in the bathroom, obviously, not in here. And I just happened to catch someone doing that the other night. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. I didn't even think about that. But it makes sense. Anything that's going to break up the adhesion of the paint should work. And so I was like, I'm going to add that on my list of things to try. I only just recently bought the Vaseline because I saw somewhere that it's supposed to help with like moisture under your eyes. And then there's conflicting information or feedback on whether it does work or it doesn't work, or sometimes it irritates people's under eyes. I've not been very good at using it like what do you call that? Religiously. So I can't tell you if it works or not, but that's why I bought it. All right, we're just gonna dry this. For crafting, Pam, it's supposed to be like when you use the wax, where it makes it so the paint doesn't stick and then you can scrape it off. So I saw her using it for, I saw someone using it to distress. And so that's what I was like, oh, that's a different way. So I like to give just a bunch of options, because sometimes what works for me doesn't work for the next person. All right, I'm just going to try and make sure this is straight, because nothing's more annoying than your words being like crooked. I probably had it straight to begin with. All right, there we go. Yeah, so that's what she was using it for. Under your eyes, it's supposed to help with moisturizing, I guess, or replacing collagen. I don't know. It's one of those TikToks that I was like, I have it, it's cheap, I'll try it. But then I just keep forgetting to use it, so I can't tell you if it works or not. All right, we're just gonna iron that on, and all of these little edges should be like kind of hanging out, because the box is hand sanded and round, and that's what we want. We're gonna come in with our sanding block, and we're gonna sand off the edges. So again, I'm just filing away. Now there's not a whole lot on this side to sand off. This side is going to have a little bit more, because this is where I had cut it over a little bit. Now it is going to probably, depending on your pressure, take some of the paint off. That's okay, because I'm going to come back and hit it with the antique anyway. So I kind of want that. But you don't have to sand so hard it like takes your block apart either. So, but each block, because it's hand sanded, is going to have like flat edges and round edges. Yeah, my husband cuts and sands all these. So there's literally no two alike. I did not get this side very well. Let me, gotta get, there we go. Okay, so here it's lifting because I didn't get the right angle. So I'm gonna come back and make sure I get more of the top. Because you shouldn't have any spot that's lifting. All right, so here's what we have so far. A little bit more here. Yeah, you just want to make sure, just kind of see, make sure everything's down. There's a little bit there too. Making a big old mess here. All right, so here we have our top. All right, I've got a little bit more here. Hold on. My block had like this side was like pretty flat here. Okay, there we go. So the options that we have, like I thought about running, obviously I'd have to cut the words off, running this gold around the outside. We also could just leave it. We also could add another color, or we could run the scripture too. I almost feel like the gold is where it's at. Okay, so with the gold, I am going to get my cutter. I know you guys get excited because it's going to be me against the paper cutter once again. If you were here last week, you know what I'm talking about. Before I start cutting this, let's go ahead. I'm going to paint the outside of my block. Hey, Miss Lucy. Oh, no worries, Pam. I know it's just a little bit different. What did I do with my? Oh, right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the edges so that this can dry while we are cutting out our, whatchamacallit, our printable. That was probably way too much Mod Podge, but that's okay. So So we're going to just do each of the edges. Again, we don't need to do the bottom because we're going to be gluing the feet to the bottom. And we don't need to really do the corners either because we will, I'm going to sand off the corners anyway. And that's where I'll come back in and hit it with the Mod Podge. Or wait, with the antiquing. Y'all, I swear, my brain, waiting for it to turn on. I was doing a bunch of website stuff before this, and so my brain is still on website mode and not on crafting mode. So I need that little flip and that little switch in my brain to like, whoop, switch back. Okay, we got that drying. Let's get these little blocks out of the way. Again, these are just a couple of other examples of what we use the blocks for. We've done Christmas ones. You can do them this way. You can put feet on them. Although so silly. I bought these. This is you guys. This is my brain. You're going to laugh. Okay, so I bought these when we were going to do these. This was one of the ideas. I wanted to put feet on it. So don't ask me why I thought this was going to work, but in my brain it was going to work. I bought them because I was going to put the feet on the bottom of these. And I thought, oh, how cute would it be? You guys, I literally glued them on the thing. And obviously it won't stay because they're round. And so I was like, what the heck? I don't understand why that's not working. So I had to pop them back off, change directions. And then when I got them back out last night, because I was looking for feet because I wanted to do this riser, and I was like, I don't have any riser feet. Like I bought those one feet, but they didn't work. And then so I got them out to figure out if I could get them to work for today's project. And then I was like, oh, that's why, because you needed 4. Guys, I swear. This is my brain. I don't know. I think what you will, but this is what I'm working with. This is what I'm working with. But yeah, so hey Lisa. So if you think if you're worried about being a little bit of a space cadet, just know you're in good company because I am right there with you because I don't know why my brain is like that. Like even right now in my head, it should work them only having 2. I don't understand, but it only works with their 4. And so my husband would probably just think I'm an idiot, but that's just where I'm at with it. Okay, so we're going to use the cutter and I'm just cutting off so that I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. Hold on. I was like, oh no, my bow fell off, but that's why it's magnet. It popped back on. Tara says it's hormones. What about turning them upside down? I probably could. See, Lisa here with the win. I probably could if I could get him to sit there and like glue. I probably could. I might have to try that because in my mind it should still work, and I'm a little bit irritated that it doesn't. Like why? All right, this one we got to make sure we get it right on the line. All right, I think that's straight. I'm trying to cut it like right on the line so that when we cut the rest of them, they'll all be, that one has a little bit of words on it, but we'll just work with it. We'll see what we got here. Yeah, it's totally one of those things where I was like, why isn't this working? And I just sat there and it just kept falling over. And then I was irritated because obviously I bought those and I'm like, well, now what am I going to do with them? Because like, they don't work as feet. That was also like a year ago too. So crazy. All right, we've got the 2 stripes there. I think I'm going to need a little bit more. So let me grab this one. Now this one's a little bit thicker, so we're going to have to cut it thinner. And then I have a list of things I need to like go to Dollar Tree and like get. And so last night I was kind of panicking because I wanted to do this riser and I was thinking I didn't have feet. And I wasn't going to have time to go get any feet. But it worked. Okay, that one I cut crooked. Oops. All right, and then I need to see how wide this is. Just because I want them to be the same width. Oh, look at that. Okay, if I just keep it like right there, that should be it. Y'all, okay, if you watched last Tuesday's live where I was struggling with my work line, I figured out what the issue is. So in my guillotine cutter, the inches go this way, but we have more room. Wait, what is this? Does this pull out? No. Okay, I got excited. I thought maybe this pulled out. And I was like, oh, here's the problem. No. One day I'll figure this out. Might not be on this side of heaven. One day. One day. Okay, we have got our little strips ready. We've got our block. Should be dry. Hopefully we have enough little strips to go all the way around. I'm going to put them right in. Well, do I want to put them right in the middle, or do I want to put them up higher? I think I'm going to push them higher. Now I'm going to go over the end a little bit so that I don't have to, so I don't have to cut that off. I'll just end up sanding it off. But what we're going to do is I can go ahead and clip this. There we go. That way we don't have it, hey, Rashonda's doing double duty. She was picking up the hubby and watching the crafting videos. I love it. Okay, so we're going to put it on there. We're going to just hold it down so we can get our iron on here. Oh, dang, my iron turned off. Still should be pretty hot. Going in anyway. All right, and then we're just going to iron it on. So just make sure you're using parchment paper in between so you don't get any Mod Podge on your iron. And I'm just going to take this one section at a time so I can sand it off as I go. I still have a little bit on the top of this one. I need to get in there a little more aggressively. Now, the whole reason I have been wanting to do these riser projects is because I do not have enough risers. And I can never find any that I like. Like, I have one in here. Oh, it's over there that I like. It's a round one. But I was already prepping my husband that I need more, like, wood for risers. Oh, okay. How cute is that? All right. So already you can kind of see, like, that's how it's going to look. Now we're going to antique it and make it look all cute, but we're just going to keep doing this all the way around. So I'm just going to keep using this one piece that I have. And again, I'm just going to go a little bit over the edge. If you want to cut it down so you're not dealing with so much extra, you don't have to. I think the tricky part is just keeping it straight, not ironing yourself. But again, kind of like last week where, you know, we get these printables and we have all these different designs to use. I just want to keep showing different ways that you can use the borders. All right, so same thing here. I've got just a little bit extra I can see of that top one. All right, I'm already feeling this. Now, I haven't been like matching patterns or anything, but I'm going to just be a little mindful here because this one has kind of like a little, it's cut off there. So I'm just going to keep trying to match that. Again, not perfectly, but just being conscious of it. Now this is a little bit of a thicker block, so this is a bigger riser. I didn't cut that one. Oops. But I have a bunch of tier trays, so you know your girl's always got a spot for one. Okay, I just want to hit this edge right here a little bit more. I probably could have pushed it down a little bit. This edge is a little rounded. So if that's the case, just come on and hit it on the edge. Don't ask me why my iron is like halfway across the room over here. I obviously didn't think that through. All right, and then I think this one is, oh, look at that. I think that's gonna work perfect. So we didn't even need that extra one. Now it is white at this one end, but I think that's gonna sand off, so we should be good. Alrighty. Let's see how close we got. Beautiful. Yeah, so that end just sanded right off. Make sure I get it all. Now this one was pretty lined up, so it didn't sand off. So I just come through and hit it a little bit more. And then same here. I'm just going to get this edge a little bit and then the top one a little bit. So I like to have my corners more, I guess, tore up. So I usually will come through here and kind of sand them up a little bit more because I feel like that's where the design would get, like if it was older than it is, that's where it's going to get worn. Okay, so close to the feet. All right, let me just hold on. Sure. So you'll just want to see if there's any areas where you're like, oh, I feel like it should be a little bit more sanded here. All right, I'm obsessing. I'll stop. Oh, okay, this is a great question. Lisa says, I was wondering why you only Mod Podge the wood and not the paper too. Does it work better that way? You don't have to do the paper for this method, Lisa. You can just put the Mod Podge on your surface, as long as it's a surface that you can iron, and then let it dry. And then you can put the paper on and iron it, and that like reconstitutes the Mod Podge and like seals it. So it works really well if you don't want wrinkles or you want like a nice flat surface. A lot of the things that we craft with here has wording on it. And so we don't, well, generally this personal preference, but I like the ones with the words to be more smooth so that you could read the words. So this just gives you a nice smooth flat surface. And then from here, especially for a riser, if you're going to use in your kitchen, I would seal this with an acrylic spray. Probably I use a matte for most things. And so I would seal it with that, and then you're good to go. But you can put it on the paper and do the wet method as well. But this is just what works for me and my awkwardness. Lauren said she just got back from the doctor. Girl, oh no, there's a lot going on. I do hope you feel better. I also trust that there's a reason that surgery got postponed. So we're going to praise the Lord for that. And I will be lifting you up in prayer here too, as well, so that you get better for sure. Rashonda says she likes that way better too than working with wet Mod Podge. Hey, Miss Susan, no worries. Yeah. I've kind of stated before, I am not the craftiest Martha Stewart crafter. I'm kind of an awkward crafter. And so for me, this is like the easiest technique. But I know we have a bunch of ladies that are really gifted and they can get the wet decoupage to be amazing. I struggle with getting things straight. So this gets me at being able to put it on dry and like maneuver it around before it's stuck. Really works well for me. It's a little bit harder sometimes for me to get it on when it's wet right way perfect. It's less stress is I guess what I'm saying, and I'm not here to be stressed out. So we're gonna do our wax next. So I'm gonna take the wax again. I dabbed it in here. This is the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in brown. So I put my antique applicator in there, get some of the excess off, and then I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna go back over these edges, and I'm gonna try and keep it just on the edges. And this is a buildable wax, so I'm going to just do the edges, try to keep my fingers out of it because it will go everywhere if I'm not careful. So I'm going to go through, again, edges and corners. Okay, before I do any more, again, I'm going to try and keep my hands out of it because it will, if I touch it and then put it on here, it's going to make waxy spots on there, which is great if that's what you're looking for. I'm going to try and keep it clean. So then I'm going to come with my scrap rag and just, I didn't even do this corner. Hold on. I forgot a whole side. That's what happens when you're talking. There we go. So this is going to take the excess off, but it won't take a whole lot off. So really, it's just going to make it so if I touch it later, I don't get it everywhere. Because your girl gets a little messy. All right, we forgot this corner too. Well, I forgot this corner. You guys probably ever saw it, and like Melanie, you forgot a corner. Okay, and then I am going to do the bottom edges too, just to kind of pull it together a little bit. So I'm not adding any more. I'm just taking what's on my brush. So you can see it kind of chunked up there. And just hitting the edges of the bottom. Went a little crazy. It's okay. And then again, just come here and I'll take off the edges. Next, you guys, we get to do the feet, and they're going to work this time because I tested it. Can you imagine if I got on the live and did that? Which a few years ago, that probably would have happened to me. I've gotten a little better about testing things first before I go live, but that would have been so embarrassing. And I would have just played it off. It would have been fine, but Lord have mercy. Okay, I am going to put something down here just because I was playing with that wax, and I'm going to do it. I haven't sealed this yet, so I'm just going to get, this is dry, but I'm just going to put something to put it on so that if there's any wax on the mat, it's not going to go on my project. I will spray this when I'm done, but I'll have to take it outside to do it. But from here, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to glue our little feetsies on. Like so. And I'm going to be using the E6000. And if I was thinking, I would have turned my hot glue gun on as well. But we're just going to put this right on here. And I do like this glue as well because, one, it's going to stay like super permanent. Two, it's going to allow you to move it around for quite a bit before it actually seals. So again, it's a graceful glue. It gives you a lot of grace, and that's what I need when I'm crafting because I'm a little spacey. All right, this one has a little wonky, weird thing on the edge of it. So I'm just going to twist that side to the inside so ain't nobody going to know. All right, and then we've got our last one here. Monica says we got no time to be stressed out. Amen, right? There's enough stuff going on in the world. I don't need to be stressing about crafting. All right, I'm just going to try to quickly get my lid on before all my stuff squirts out. Deb, I am using the antique wax, the Dixie Belle Best Dang wax in brown. I have the brown and the gray. I did have the black. I gave it away. I kind of wish I would have kept it. I'm not a fan of the gray. It's like grunge gray, and I really don't use it for anything. I use the brown pretty much for everything. I'm a Dixie Belle Antique Wax in brown, Best Dang Wax in brown, and Plaster Girl. Like, these are my colors. We'd be throwing a little celery, some sage. That's like it. Okay, these do need to cure, but what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and it works. Look at us. All right, put it on here. You put your little bouquet of flowers or whatever on here. I'm going to show you. Hopefully my little legs don't slide off. But here's the front. And then here's our little edging that we did. It's very regal looking, very royal. Now, what we can do, if you want to get like super fancy, and I probably would have done this before I put the legs on, but since we're here, let me see if I have. Let me pull out my transfers. This is last month's transfers. Do I have this one open? Hold on, let me grab an open one so I don't keep cutting them up. Because the more I cut, the less we have for you guys to buy. So I don't want to be using ones I don't need to use. But you could go ahead and put transfers right over the top of this if you wanted to. Like, let's say I wanted to add, oh, I want to add those. And now I'm like, I put the feet on and my feet are probably going to come off. Let's do it. Should we do it anyway? I'm feeling dangerous. We could also put the scripture scraps on here, but again, you're not going to see this part really. So we could put the key on there. Where's that one? Oh, I already used that key. Oh no, I didn't use that key. We could put the key. You could add the keys to the edge. You could add a banner to the edge because it's going to be a riser, so people will see the edge. We could add the cross to the top. Again, if you didn't want to put feet on it, you could also make this into like a block sign. So many options. All right, let's do, all right, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm only scared because I put the feet on and I'm going to have to press on it to rub. And I'm probably going to make my feet all wonky, but it'll be fine. I'll do it for you guys. I'll do it for you guys. All right, so let me just show you how you would do this. So we're going to cut out these little things here. They're like little gold, I don't know, like embellishment things. Like, I just think they'd be fancy on here. So if we could do fancy, why not? So we just rough cut whatever transfers we want. And again, this is Mod Podge. It's completely dry. Since we did the decoupage, the iron-on method, you can just come right in with the transfers. All right, is anyone nervous? I'm not nervous about them sticking. I'm nervous about my feet coming off. Okay, don't get all crazy, Melanie. All right. It wouldn't be the first time I lost my feet. Okay, so we rough cut it, then you're just gonna peel off the backing. That's just protecting your design. Just make sure you don't touch anything on here because this is the part that's all sticky. So we're just gonna take it, and I just thought these might be cute, like in the little corners. All right, make sure that you guys can see. My feet are still on. Okay, I'm holding the block down so it doesn't move when I rub. But we're just gonna take the transfer tool and we're just gonna go over the design. I love mixed media. This is one of the reasons, y'all, that we sell decoupage napkins, tissue paper, and transfers, because you can just layer them all together and just make all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so usually I have more than one. Okay, I'm just trying not to move my feet. So it should automatically release. So I like to rub and release at the same time. Woo, woo. Okay, we did one side. Oh, Tanya says she loves my chair. Girl, this is, correct me if I'm wrong because I always get people to ask. So this is a Temu chair. Pause for the chair for a minute because I will tell you, I think it was less than 100 or right around 100, but I'm telling you, it is comfortable. It has the lumbar support, and then it also has the little thing that you pull out underneath it. You're not gonna be able to see it, but it's like a little tray that like pulls out and flips up. And so when you do that, I'm gonna flip it up, then you can kick your shoes off. This is me kicking my shoes off. And then you can sit cross-legged. So I'm like half on the chair and half cross-legged right now. And that's why I got it, because I sit cross-legged pretty much most of the time, which I don't think is great for my hips. I'm not actually sure, but I do it. I do it anyway. All right, I'm just trying to figure out, yeah, we're just going to do the same little angle in the corner. You know, I should put this chair in my list of my favorite things because I get asked about it a lot. And I was worried about the white, but the white works with like the background and everything. But I've done really well. I haven't gotten any wax on it or paint. Like, it's still white, and I'm shocked because I probably had it like a year. But yeah, it was very happy with it. My husband put it together for me. Wasn't too hard, but. And it rolls really nice. And it's held up. Judy, I don't know the name of it. I will put it in my favorite things because I get asked about this chair all the time. And I need to go, I'll go back through my purchases and I'll find the link and I'll put it in my favorite things. So funny. All right. Our legs didn't fall off. We did it. So cute. So again, this is just, these are our hand sanded blocks that we make in this specific size because it fits our napkins. But if you have scrap wood, you could use scrap wood for this as well. Like, I don't know. I mean, we always have scrap wood, but my husband's very handy. And so even before we started this business, we always had piles of scrap wood, but scrap wood, little blocks, any type of those things. You could probably even find some at, oh, this foot did move. Oops, see. You can find some maybe at the Goodwill. So again, with the E6000, it hasn't cured yet. So you can just slide your legs back in place and we're good to go. But that is my tutorial for today. So I will go back through just real quick for those that hopped on late, the transfers. Oh, Susan's looking for it right now. Girl, okay, I got you, ladies. I will find it because I want you to make sure you get the right one because you know how it is, like they have like 6 that look the same and it's not, then you get some cruddy one. I don't want that happening to you. So I will find the exact one that I bought. Hopefully they still have it because it's been a minute. And they had different colors too because they had a teal and a pink. And I really kind of wanted the pink for the teal, but it doesn't go with like my live aesthetic. So I didn't. I did the brand thing and not the personal thing. But you all get the pink. I think it might have had a black too. Oh, Tamisha says you could put a little burlap bow. Lisa got some ideas for clay. Oh yeah, that would be pretty. I have not done clay molds before, but to do the clay molds on the outside, that would be adorable. Love that idea. All right, so just to go back through the designs. So I'm using the March designs. This is the March 2026. He is risen. Gotta remember that we are now in a new month. He is risen printables. So I used part of the full sheet that has the Bible verses on it. So I used that. And then with that set, you also get the fussy cuts sheet. You get the gift tag sheet. You get the label sheet. You get the bookmarks. And then you get 2 that have the pop and swap frames as well as the border pieces, which is where I took some of the border from, was these. I thought about doing the music on the outside too, but I didn't print another sheet. And so I was realizing as I was talking in the beginning, I didn't have enough to go all the way around. So I had to pivot on the fly. You didn't even know, did you? All right, this is the project we're doing in the club for next month. It is the He is Risen keychain holder. So you'll get the 3, it has 3 keychain hooks. It comes with all the hardware, the different layers to make it, as well as the mini keychain. Your keychain might have a different color tassel. There's like 4 or 5 different colors. And then you get the 2 transfers, or this is a 1 transfer set. It's 2 A4 sheets. So it has the larger designs that you can use on here, and it has the smallers. I used, so you can see what I used. I actually used this sheet to decoupage on the cross. Then I used the transfer for the banner here, and then I used the crown transfer in the background. When I do it the next time, we gave you these larger sheets in the junk journals. I don't know if you guys remember this one. We gave you this one. I think that would be pretty behind it. So the next one I do, I'm going to put that in behind it, I think. Or I might do behind it a different color. I don't know. You guys are all going to inspire me. This is what how your kit comes. And then all your hardware and your keychain and everything are in your little bag. And then you also get your 10 decoupage napkins. So you get 2 of the King of Kings, 2 with the John 11:25, 2 with the He is Risen hymnal, which you could also do behind here. You just have to use both napkins. I think you could do it. 2 of the Revelation, and 2 of the He is Risen with the purple. And then also, just so y'all know, if you're new, the Pop and Swap tile frames, the reason we made them this size is all of our decoupage napkins fit the tile sign exactly. So if you have the pop and swap sign, I think this is the only one that we still have in stock. This is the Mary of Bethany. It comes with one tile and then you can get extra tiles. But you can use these to switch out your pop and swap sign every month as well, or as often as you'd like. I feel like I'm switching mine out weekly up in here, but it's because I gotta change everything for the videos and stuff. Lisa, I need to get some of that quick dry clay because I did buy some molds. I bought some in the fall in clearance. I bought, like, they were little leaves, and I tried the hot glue method and I failed. I threw them away. Not the molds. I still have the molds, but I was like, oh, I'm no good at this. I need to try the air dry clay. I feel like that's the way to go. And then also it's light and you can paint it. So I feel like we're going to be having some molds project in our future. So at least on the Tuesday tutorials, because I need to learn. And like I said, the hot glue was not for me. I don't know, maybe I did it wrong, but it was garbage. I threw it away. So I was like, well, we're not doing that. That was me trying something before live. I was going to do them on the live, and I tried it before I went live, and I was like, abort, we're not doing that. Pivot, something else. So obviously it's not fall anymore, and we never did that project. So yeah, I need to practice. The napkin with the key. Let me pull that one back out. So these are, all these are coming in the kits for you guys. If you are not a member, they will be available at the end of the month. So on the 25th, whatever you will have remaining will be available. So this one has Revelations 1:18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and death. And then it has the Bible verse in the background, that same vintage 1611 King James Version in the back behind there. I don't know where this camera went. There we go. We're back. That's in the background of this one. So love that one. Like, these are going to be, well, they're already so fun because I'm already playing with them. But I'm super excited to see what you all are doing. We did get emails. The memberships ran on Sunday. And if you're new, you can join. There's, oh, I got to point the right way. There's more information up in that QR code right there. There should be a link in the descriptions as well. As long as we have membership spots open, you can join through the 25th, and this would be the kit that you're getting. We won't be crafting it live till the end of the month, but again, it comes with a tutorial right when you get it. If you want to just start on it, the tutorial's already up. You can also see the tutorial on the website as well. If you go to christiancraftpaper.com and click on tutorials, I think it's probably the first or second one. It'll be right there. You're welcome, Tamisha. Lisa says she loves the Hardy soft clay. It's soft and flexible. Oh, you can paint it before it's dry? Wait, baking soda clay. Lisa, I feel like you need to do a tutorial for us. I need to do baking soda. Susan said a friend was cleaning her craft room was cleaning her craft room on Sunday and found 2 old kits. One of them had a shovel in it and the other had a butterfly cutout or bird cutouts with a bird cage. Oh my gosh. We were just talking about the shovel kit. That for that year that we released that kit was our most popular kit. The only problem with that kit was, one, it was so awkward to ship because we had to get that weird long box. This was before we had the, girl, you've been around a minute. This is before we had the pretty boxes. And we had to buy special long boxes for them. And then we were worried about the shovel poking out. And the shovel was so dang heavy. It came in bigger than we thought. But those shovels were so pretty. Again, I was looking at pictures and I was like, we should bring back the shovel. Because that was so fun. And now we are able to get like florals and stuff. We weren't even able to get florals back then. So now we can get all kinds of cool stuff. I think it would be fun to bring the shovel back for sure. All right, Lisa, I've got to look up baking soda clay because, wait, what? Also, she says the trick with the clay in the molds, stick them in the freezer for 10 to 20 minutes. Wait, before you use it, you stick the mold in the freezer? See, I needed that information. Oh, the transfers with this kit? Yes, ma'am. All right. What am I doing? Hold on. I have the ones that I cut, and you're not going to want those. Okay, this month is the A4. So this is actually the top sheet. So it's got the 1 John 11:25, and he's not here for he is risen, as he said, come and see the place where the Lord lay. Then we've got Jesus on there, a couple banners, death is defeated, hope is alive, some keys, the cross, and then the King of Kings, which the King of Kings could fit on here too. And then this bigger banner, the Risen King, another key, a larger cross. So if you have like a bigger sign or something you want to use, we've got all of the Easter florals in there. The 2 little gold like motifs or whatever that I used on the brick. The large crown, and then the Revelation verse, and then the 1 Peter verse. So I used the Revelation verse on this pop and swap tile. So that's this one right here. You can kind of see how big it is. And then I used the crown in the background, and then the death is defeated banner on this one. But you can also use any of your other transfers or napkins from other sets as well. Because when we were, I was sharing this in our meeting earlier this week, and one of the girls was like, oh, I would put this one from this set here. And you can totally do that. Honestly, I would too. But whenever I do the tutorials, I always want to make sure to just use whatever's in the kit for this first one. Because in the past, I was grabbing stuff from other things. And then, you know, people are bummed because if they like that one and then they don't have the stuff to make it, I totally get it. So for this one, I only use the stuff in the kit. When I craft with you all in the membership group at the end of the month, I might dig into my little stash and grab some things from here and there. Because that's where we kind of just get fun and do our own little things. So. And then you also get the keychain with it. Now this keychain, I did use the transfer from the Scripture Scraps set. And so I did not use one of the transfers in this set. So forgive me, but I was just like, oh, this fits perfect. I was trying to match my little tassel here. So that's why I pulled a different one. You're welcome. Are there any more birdhouse kits? Tara, yes, there are birdhouse kits. Because I just counted those the other day, and we still have cross kits. Let me look for the cross kits right now, because my husband actually had to cut some extra bases. So let me make sure what we have here. My internet for the website is slow. All right, hold on. I can see the page, but I can't see the inventory. All right, that doesn't want to work. Why is it freezing on me? I don't think it likes because I'm on the same computer. Let me do it this way. Sometimes your phone's faster, you know? That's not it. Extra kits. All right, so close. Okay, now it's coming. I can scroll down, but it's still not giving me the numbers. 1 second. Oh, here we go. Okay, we have, yes. Oh, the February crosses, we have 3 of those available. We have the January tile sign available. We have 3 of the birdhouse ones left. The hanging birdhouse, we have 3 of those left. And then there's 4 more extra of these. If you want an extra one of these is what we have right now. So yes, you're good on that one. The link is in the group. If you're a member and you're like, where do I find those? If you go into the group to the top, in the featured posts, one of those has the link to the extra kits, and you can see all that there are available. So those are the extra project. It doesn't have the napkins or the transfers, but it has the project and all the, if it came with florals or if it came with hardware, it has all of that stuff. It came with buttons. It'll have all those things. Monica, it's in the group. I can't share it on the public page, but I can either direct message you or I can tag you in the group to the post that has it. Deb, they're not on the website front facing. You can only get them in, you can only get the link in the group. So again, I'll try and find you and tag you as well. Tamisha said some spray, sunscreen, soap, or water, and then dip them. Oh, and then press your clay in and get a great image. All right, ladies, I'm going to get some molds. You know I need a Hobby Lobby trip. I need new paints and some new colors of paints. I need some spring colors. And plus, I need to see what Hobby Lobby has out. Because last time I went, they didn't have, they were just starting to set their spring. It's been a minute. So, you know, I need to go shopping. So I'm going to have to pick up some clay too. What are the chances of doing a bird cage? We can look. We can definitely look. We do have, well, I don't think it doesn't have birds. Sorry. I thought it was going to have birds, and then I think we took the birds off. I don't want to show you what it is, so I can't tell you. I'm going to put it on the list. I have been kind of side-eyeing how we could do one. So chances are good. It just might not be this spring. You might have to hang in there a little bit, Pam. Okay, Monica tried to pull up the link and it doesn't show. Okay, I'll check in and make sure that the stock is good. Camille, thanks for jumping in there. Camille is my assistant, so if any of you get a response from Camille or Camille's going to message you, she pretty much holds the keys to the kingdom, so she will take care of you. All right, ladies, I'm going to jump off and make sure that these extra kits are on there, and I'll take some pics and post the replay. So if you jumped in late, you can catch the beginning. But come back next Tuesday. We're going to be playing with the rub-on transfers from this kit. I'll have a whole another project, probably a mixed media because that's my favorite. And again, just give me some excuses to go shopping and buy some more embellishments because all my embellishments I'm digging through here are all Christmas. I need some more florals and springy stuff. So I'm going to be shopping for those. So hopefully you can tune in next Tuesday, same time, same place. And until then, happy crafting.